This whole project has been a way for me to return to the origin of trauma, which was the violation of kids with special needs in a public school when the school did not recognize that LRE, Least Restricted Environment, is under IDEA, Individuals Disability Education Act. Not to submit incident reports, for them to deny my students a classroom in the years 2014, 2015, and the violence that went unprioritized, let's just say, is why when I was finally stabbed and injured 3 times in a week, so 3 times in 5 days, then something broke. There it is, the origin of it. And there's PTSD. Also, when my principal walked away from an evaluation because the student started to act up, be violent, and tried to hurt other kids in front of his face, he left the room and left his laptop. I had to carry this laptop, and the weight of it really made sensory stick. So there is a component to sensory and trauma recovery, as well as trauma. The stigmatization of Northwestern Memorial Hospital is a consistent trigger. It's the combination of them not putting in my records about the violation of kids when that was the whole reason why I was diagnosed with PTSD. I'm hearing their voices, self-harm, scream, cry, tell me they're gonna kill me, tell me they want to poke my eye out, being curious about violence. And then the other part that they didn't have to know about was what was going on in my house. When somebody moved in, when they didn't want to, in his words, take care of a disabled wife. So I guess that's me. I don't think I'm disabled. I do have a speech disorder, but it doesn't stop me from doing the things I want to do. What stops me is the fear created. I'm just trying to sum up what happened as best that I can and stay safe with trusted contacts and connections on this internet space that I never explored until I needed to rely on it for time, numbers, and to contain all the triggers. That's why I created all of these different websites. So one day, if I...
You can't have that. He needed to get somebody to play for him that could change the way they played.
Thanks, Nappy.
Coach Switzer comes over.
My normal speaking voice has a little bit of something a little off, right? It's obvious. So I talked quickly with the doctors and I said, is that it? Is it my voice that's the issue? So let me talk slower. So is this better? Do you hear it now? What do I have to do to prove to you that I had a head assault and have nerve radiculopathy across my face if you're not going to read the massive amounts of Western PT/OT, vestibular therapy, as well as Eastern cranial sacral, Rolfing acupuncture notes that were taken that I paid out of pocket for. So healthcare is definitely an area where we need to discuss where that money is being distributed to, because this company took it and they did not offer treatment. They in fact stigmatized, created suicide that I definitely directed them to, and they ignored it and then dismissed me as a patient. So you can't do that. Anyway, I'll be modeling this process. I'm really tired. I'm very tired of this, but I do know that because I got my voice back, I was going to continue sharing what happened and trying to create more effective policies for the most at-risk and vulnerable classes of people out there. So I have a non-for-profit. It's called Smarter Than Trauma. I created it 2/14/2020. I gotta admit, it's really hard to fill out forms on my phone because of the tapping still. There's still a reverberation and nerve pain. My voice is much clearer, so I can use the talk to text feature finally, which is great. But you know what? It's not ideal and doesn't work for me every single time. So I just need to continue getting better. And like I said, I really want to end trauma. So if you have a shared objective in that, then maybe we can connect. And if not, then don't worry about it. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and that's spewing everything that they did to show that you have to talk about it to end their post-traumatic stress. That's pictures, touches, sounds, disordered, and disgusting. All right? It's not real. You're lying to me. And it's disgusting that you think that that's an appropriate strategy. All right? If you want to piece this together, you're going to have to go back in time with me and see what it was like being, oh my God, a writer during PTSD and running a chronic vertigo. Because it comes out real strange. It's not normal, but it is violence. And I tried to put violence into words, video, film, audio, whatever, because it is so abstract. It's really hard to get your mind around. Thanks, everyone.